Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to say why I feel like Kylo Ren should have survived the offense of Rise of Skywalker. One is, hands down, is so the name of Rise of Skywalker can be meaningful, that yes, even though the sequel trilogy is centered around Rey, we can still kind of call it the Skywalker saga, even though Kylo Ren was Ben Solo by the time that he died. But here's the reason why, that's just one small reason why I feel like Ben Solo should have survived, because to actually have the name The Rise of Skywalker being about Ben Solo, and the Skywalker saga actually being accurate. Besides, hey, we're gonna call it the Skywalker saga, even though the last three movies in our Skywalker saga is changes the name to the Palpatine saga. See, I would have the movie could have stayed pretty much the same, but kept Kylo Ren alive, and the entire saga would have still been able to be called the Skywalker saga, because at least one Skywalker bloodline was still living, which was Ben Solo, and maybe he could switch his name to Skywalker, like Ben Solo hyphen Skywalker. Sometimes it goes with Skywalker, sometimes it goes with Solo. And it would be kind of like a nice nod to Luke's son in the Legends, Ben Skywalker. So that's another. But the main reason is because, yeah, Ben Solo did a lot of horrible stuff as Kylo Ren. He killed a lot of people. One of those people was his own father. Debatedly his own uncle. I'm not sure about with Luke, but with Han, yeah, he definitely killed his own father. So I feel like, yeah, him surviving, which would be explained, would have given people the chance to write whatever they want with Ben Solo in video games, books, setting after Rise of Skywalker. And yeah, you could even have that Reylo relationship, which makes really no sense, because in the first movie they hated each other. In the second movie, in the Last Jedi, the bond that they had, I felt, was like a sibling type bond. I didn't get a hint at being any romance between the two. And in the Rise of Skywalker, I didn't really get any romance hinted at before the Reylo kiss. That came out of nowhere, and that was really awkward. And the books can say, oh, it wasn't a totally romantic kiss, but yeah, I'm not going to buy that. It wasn't. Yeah, I'm not going. It clearly was a passionate kiss of love. Might be a little bit of gratitude, but it was 90% love. 10% whatever else it was, but 90% of it was love. Was not, like I said, wasn't indicated before then, but could even have the Reylo relationship. Plus, it would have been a nice story arc to unravel. Yes, Darth Vader died saving Luke on the Death Star. And since Kylo Ren or Ben Solo wanted to be like his grandfather, this could have been a continuation, sort of like a what if Anakin had survived scenario, but through Ben Solo. How hard would it be for, if Anakin survived the events of Return of the Jedi, how hard would it be for Anakin to gain the trust and respect of the galaxy back. For thinking that he's a good guy after all the horrible shit that he has done. Same thing with Ben Solo. He could have been like that type of story that like, okay, we didn't tell the story about Anakin. We didn't have this chance to tell the story about Anakin after the events of Return of the Jedi because George Lucas killed him. We could make it like like an Elseworld type feel where we could explore like a what if situation if Darth Vader survived or Anakin survived and still had his Darth Vader armor. Like how difficult it would have been for Darth Vader to regain the trust of the galaxy. Now, granted that not everybody may know what Kylo Ren looks like. I know, like in Star Wars Resistance, they had his mask taken off, but maybe not everybody knows what Kylo Ren looked like underneath the mask. So maybe Ben Solo would have had an easier time than I might think in my head to winning the trust of the galaxy. But it still would have been great. My father was saying, well, they couldn't because he would have been thrown in jail and executed. Granted that, yes, I think they would have thrown Ben Solo in jail. Yes, I agree with that. But I feel like there would have been something to have happened in a major event where Rey, pretty much the first Jedi of this new Jedi Order, highly requests Ben Solo to be released to help them with this threat, and if he does help her with that thing, he gets to walk out a free man as long as he doesn't do any more shit like he did when he was Kylo Ren again. And I'm agreeing practically, not because of that deal precisely, but because to honor his parents and uncle. And we could have seen more Ben Solo as a Jedi. We could have seen Ben Solo potentially making a new lightsaber. Who knows? There's like so much story you could tell about Ben Solo's redemption arc after the events of the Sequel Trilogy that J.J. Abrams squandered by having him die in The Rise of Skywalker. And one of my friends was saying that they feel like Kylo Ren should have died because like he did because that gate would give Rey more of a push. But I think it will give Rey even more of a push to become a Jedi, to make her Jedi Order. Because at least she'll have someone living as a Jedi to tell her how it was in Luke's old Jedi temple. That way, without having to read it, a surviving Jedi, even though Kylo Ren killed, but, we're not gonna go there. But Rey could have had Ben tell her stories about Luke's Jedi training days. That way, she could have had some structure outside reading like the books of the Jedi Order. She would have had a living person tell her, this is how we did it in my uncle's Jedi path. But I think he would want you to put your own twist to it. And I feel like Luke would have wanted that. And I don't know, it's just there was like so many stories that could have been told with Ben Solo that was wasted because J.J. Abrams decided to kill Kylo Ren off, or Ben Solo off, in Episode 9. And yeah, I feel like if Ben Solo could have had a really interesting story arc past the sequel trilogy. I really think he could have. And which ultimately, in my opinion, makes him the most interesting, most badass Star Wars character out of like all of the characters that we got introduced to in the sequel. Because, yeah, he had the most character development, but also he had the most potential of having like one of the most complex character, interesting story arcs after the events of the sequel, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, he would have been punished for his crimes as Kylo Ren, and it would have been interesting to see how the New Republic would react to Ben Solo turning to the good side, or Kylo Ren turning to the good side, and how Kylo Ren or Ben Solo could have tried to redeem himself. It would have been interesting. Like, yeah, he might have stood against Palpatine with Rey, but you know, it could have been more than that. And it, I just feel like J.J. Abrams cut the wire too soon for Kylo Ren. I feel like Kylo Ren sort of had a bigger story arc in terms of in the Star Wars lore in general, because that could have made Kylo Ren even more badass. Like, okay, he survived. Let's see, potentially in like comics or a future TV show or a game, how he tries to redeem himself. Like Star Wars, The Rise of Ben, or the Ben Dempson. Star Wars Ben Dempson. Ben Dempson. I don't know, I'm trying to think here, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that the character of Ben Solo / Kylo Ren would have been better served if he survived the events of Rise of Skywalker? Or do you guys think that J.J. Abrams made the right call by killing him off in The Rise of Skywalker? Leave a comment down below, and may the Force be with us all. And be kind to one another.